feeling a little better. Oh, I am. Hey, oh, the light. Jesus is the light of the world. Not that light. The light reflecting off Ryan's bald head. Okay, now wait. Now Ryan was up here a minute ago, and I know there was a little reflection, but he is not bald. He just has a tall forehead. He's got enough forehead for Thor heads. Now, Jay, I'll have you know that God has numbered every hair on Ryan's head. That's right. God can subtract. Okay. Now, Jay, we didn't come up here to pick on Ryan. We came up because we're going to tell a story. Hey, you know what? What's that? I'm hungry! Okay, no, wait. You can't be hungry. Why not? Well, I gave you your supper. Sure. Spinach. Well, now, what's wrong with spinach? It's good for you. It's green. No, it's healthy. It's green. It'll put color in your cheeks. Sure. But who wants green cheeks? Now, Jay, we're going to tell a story. We can get you some food later. Hey, can we take up an offering? No. Wait, you want to take up an offering? That's right. Why? So I'm going to McDonald's to get something to eat. Okay, Jay, that's not a good idea. It's for a needy cause. What needy cause? I'm needy, and you're the cause. Okay, Jay, let's tell the story, okay? Okay. So one day, in this story, this is a story that Jesus told, and there's two characters in it. And in the story, I was thinking instead of just telling it, that we could act it out. Oh, that's a good idea. And so there's a father, okay, and there's a son. And I was thinking I could be the father, and you could be my son. Oh, I don't know about this. Come on, be a Yonkie's uncle. We'll give it a shot. So one day, the father comes to the son, and he says, or the son comes to the father, and he asks for something. Hey, Daddy, oh dude, can I go to McDonald's? No, you're supposed to ask me for something. Can I have food? No. In the story, the son asked the dad for something else. Oh, yeah. You see, Daddy, oh dude, I want the cash, the dough, the nula, the money, the inheritance. There's going to be none of you die, kids, the can, when your time is up, and you go down. And I'm going to leave. I'm going to hit the road, Jack. Daddy, oh Jack. So the father gave the son all the money and all the inheritance that would someday be his. And he headed out, and he went over the hills and down in the valleys. And he went over the hills and down in the valleys. And he went over the hills. Hey, I'm getting kind of seasick over here. And finally, he came to a distant land. And when he got there, you know what you did? Ate at McDonald's? You wasted everything you had on evil, sinful, ungodly things. And one day the son, he reached in his pocket, and you know what you found? What, lint? No, you found nothing. You were broke. And so you know what you had to do? Get a job? You had to get a job. Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order? They didn't have McDonald's. Okay. Attention all Walmart customers. Jay, they didn't have Walmarts either. Then what did I do? Well, you ended up in a pig pen. Really? Yes, in a pig pen. Really? In a pig pen with bacon? No, not with bacon. With pigs. I'm hungry. Oh, yes, and you were hungry. You were in the mud and the mire. You were swapped in the pigs. And even those pigs were eating better than you were. And one day, this son, he looked at himself and he realized he'd made a terrible mistake because he had left his father. And you were feeling hungry? Tell me about it. And you were looking thin? I'm not looking thin. The only thing looking thin around here is Ryan's hair. And we're not going to pick on his hair again. And the Bible says the son, that he came to himself. And he realized that he needed to go home. And so he packed up the few things that still belonged to him, and he headed out. And he went over the hills and down in the valleys. And he went over the hills and down in the valleys. And he went over the hills. Do we really have to do this again? And then suddenly, he came to the top of this hill. And when he got there, he looked out. And he could see somebody. And they started running to him. And they came closer and closer and closer. And they jumped a fence. And they were running to you. And you know who it was? Who? Captain Kangaroo? No, it was me. It was your father. You mean you can jump the fence? Jay, that's not the point. The point is your father had been waiting for you. And when he saw you, he ran to you and he hugged you and he kissed you. You're not You're not going to do that, are you? No, we're not going to act that part out. But he hugged him and he kissed him and he said, this is my son. And he was dead, but now he's alive. He was lost, but now he's found. And you know what? Sometimes we're like the son. And sometimes we go the wrong way. And we do the wrong thing. But there's nothing you can say, and there's nothing you can do to ever make God stop loving you. And I want you guys to know, there may be people in your lives that you know, and they've gone far, far from God. It's not too late for them to come back. Maybe some of you guys have developed some bad habits, some bad attitudes. What's stopping you from letting go of that and coming back so that you can be right with God? Hey, Jay, why don't you say goodbye, and then I'll be right back. Hold on. I want you guys to know that God loves you and that you are very special to him. That's right, Jay. Say goodbye. Give me a 10-second countdown. I'll be right back. See ya.